Alright, welcome back, gamers. Today we are doing a late, memorial gaming session for my best friend who passed on, I think it's 4 years ago, maybe 3. And it's going to be a couple video long session. So I hope y'all can bear with me, and we're just going to play a nice slew of games together. And we're just going to chill and vibe. I might go find my other phone here in a minute and my headphones and pop in some music so y'all can hear me sing. In fact, I will more than likely do that. Just so I'm not awkwardly sitting here with a camera in my face. Well, not in my face, because you guys don't see my face, but y'all get the point. I'm hoping to eventually get back on with the vlogs. I'm sorry that they disappeared. I just hit some rough times in life, and recording wasn't exactly my main priority for a while. I am getting back on the YouTube train though, because it seems to be one of the few things that actually makes me truly happy. Besides, my boyfriend and our cute little monster mash we have. I should put that away. That's got sharp edges. Where did I put that other phone? Oh, there it is. So as many of you know, I do record on my phone. I have since the day I started my channel about 4 years ago now. It's not from lack of drive to get a camera, it's from lack of wanting a camera, really. I feel like I personally watch YouTube for the more in-depth personal experience you get from certain YouTubers. So it's more of a come watch my videos and watch me struggle. But that's okay. Everyone has to start somewhere, That and, I've had 4 kids to this point. I don't have my kids now. That will be in a story time. Eventually, I'm planning on doing a Draw My Life at some point, if I can ever find the app that everyone else uses for it. And I'll let you know a little bit of my life to be honest, let's be honest here. I'll let you know all of my life. And tonight, with you guys during this gaming session, I am drinking Modelo Negra. It's basically a very fine beer. And E&J Brandy Grand Blue. And we're going to be doing a semi-sober / drunk gaming session. Rather be loved than fight, 'cause all my life I've been fighting a feeling of comfort. Like I said, we're going to play a slew of games tonight. We're going to start off with some GTA. We're going to go check on my Fallout shelter. I will more than likely put some Destiny in a little bit. Because, that is how my channel started. So, I've got to keep, every so often, I've got to keep a video on Destiny in there. That's how I started my channel. That's my whole vision with the ghost and everything on my profile and whatnot. I do vape. It's better than smoking. Don't come at me, bro. You ain't gonna make any leeway. I am a firm believer in everybody is allowed to be themselves. I'm trying to be the truest version of myself for y'all. Yeah. Sorry, I am camera shy. I'm not a big, hey, look at me person. I'm just kind of, I'm me. Accept me as I am, or do not accept me at all. Kind of vibe. Peace in your vibes, can't tell me there's no point in trying. Not been quiet for too long. I know I can't sing, so don't at me, bruh. I don't really care what people's opinion on me is. I am just me. I have made it my life's mission to not change for anybody anymore. I used to have a very, very bad habit of that. Can tell me there's no point in trying. Ooh, glass animals. Ooh, no. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been freaking me out. Can't make you happier now. Nights in the middle of June. Waves been freaking me out. Can't make you happier now. Let's see if I have any vehicles in here to sell. We're gonna probably sell what stock I have, if we can, in this lobby. If anyone ever plays this game, you know that the lobbies just kind of suck. There's a lot of sus happenings in GTA. I honestly don't want to play this game today, so I might just leave this game. No, I'm gonna at least source a vehicle for y'all. But, a little bit about me. I was born in a small town, Evanston, Wyoming. Grew up in Utah. Long story. You'll get that in the Draw My Life. Hated Utah. Moved back to Wyoming to be with my family. Moved back to Utah for my fiance. And mental health reasons. It's kind of good to get out of town for a little bit. My hometown went from being a little homely town where everybody knew everybody and nobody had problems with anybody to being a drama pit. And when I say drama pit, I mean that to the full extent of the phrase. Everybody's just searching for reasons to piss you off. Oh, is that okay to say on YouTube? I don't really know, but I'm not swearing by saying that, so whatever. It's just one of those things you're just like, I went back home for my family. I went back home to be with my dad and my brother. I don't have a mom that's worth mentioning. So it was just me and my dad for a lot of the time because my brother just wasn't around much. And I got used to it being my dad and I and my friends. And then I started being everybody's, as people like to put it, everybody's shoulder to cry on. And I didn't have that for myself. I didn't have anybody I could go to with my problems and just be like, this is what's going on. This is, what's happening. I need some advice or whatnot. It was just me. And it is possible to be in a group of people. As I learned with my friends, it's possible to be in a group of people and feel like you're entirely alone. And I got that feeling a lot. I spent a good portion of my time back in Wyoming, the entirety of the 3 years I was there, being heavily depressed, always sad. There was no consoling me. There was no making it better. There was just no way to get me out of that slump. And it's not from lack of trying. It was just, when you don't know how a problem starts, there's not really a way to make that problem go away. And my depression's one of those things, like, it's pretty much clinical depression. And it kind of just, after a couple years, it just got to where I couldn't stop it. I couldn't fight it. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't function properly anymore. I just kind of broke down, and, I stopped recording for YouTube, as you guys can see by, how long it's been in between posts of videos and stuff. I stopped doing a lot. And as I said before, it wasn't from lack of wanting to get out of it. It was from lack of the ability to. Like, it got to the point where as much as I tried, like, everything I did would just drag me down deeper. And that's a side of depression people don't talk about. Like, no one tells you, yeah, when I'm depressed, I feel nothing. When I'm depressed, I feel like an emotional void that just sucks in all the happiness from around me. No one tells you that side of things because no one wants to burden you with their problems. And that's very much what I started feeling like with my friends and even with most of my family, is I just felt like no one wanted to know. No one cared. No one was there. And after a while, that feeling of being alone can just destroy you. So about 2 years into me being out there, of the 3 years I was there, I just kind of gave up. I stopped living, I stopped eating, I stopped showering, I stopped going to work, I stopped going on walks, I stopped doing everything. I even stopped doing the things that made me happy, like making videos and content for you guys here on YouTube. I stopped making TikTok videos. I stopped posting to Instagram. I was completely dead on Facebook. Like, everybody that knew me on Facebook was wondering where I disappeared to, because I just wasn't there. Mentally, as I like to put it, my fiance would say I went into a mental psychosis. I say I'm mentally shattered, because that's what it felt like. I just kind of broke. Like, I couldn't even bring myself out of it. Like, I couldn't find myself to bring myself out of it. I was buried in my own psychosis. I was buried in my own pain, my own memories, my own torment. And that's a side of depression that even a therapist can't relate to unless they've been there, because you have to feel it. You have to live through it. You have to survive to know that you're better than that. And I've gotten to a point where I'm kind of better, where I can kind of say I'm surviving, where I can say I'm a little bit more stable, but I don't think there's ever going to be a point where I'm all the way back. I don't think there's ever going to be a point where I'm 100% okay. Because after something like that, there's very little to no coming back. It's hard to pick yourself back up. And it's hard to pick yourself back up because it's hard to find the pieces to do so. Because it's not like a heartbreak. It's not like a family member dying. It's not like getting your heart broken by someone you loved. When you sit there in a group of your friends and you feel like you're completely alone when there's people around you asking and begging you to come out and open yourself up to them and tell them your problems, and you feel like you're alone and you can't talk, that's a whole nother level of pain. It's a whole nother level of why am I here? What is my purpose? And there are still days where I feel like that. There's a lot more good days now than there used to be, though. There's a lot more peace to the storm that is my mind. There's a lot less pain in every word that I speak. But there's always pain. There's always emotional torment. And do I miss my depression? Do I miss being broken like that? Do I miss just not feeling anything at all? No. I don't. But there is part of me that does, because of the simple fact that, like, when you spend your whole life depressed and in pain, mentally and emotionally, how do you build yourself back up to be a functioning human? The answer is, there is no answer. You just slowly learn to live with it. You just slowly grow into something or someone that can survive. You just slowly become someone who's better. And not better, but better. And I don't care what therapists or doctors say, I'm sorry, but once you hit a point of depression like me and many of you I'm sure have, there is no medication that can solve your problems. There is no therapy or amount of therapy that can solve your problems. There's nothing that can fix you. You just have to pick yourself back up from the ashes. and rebuild your life from the cinders that are still there, and hope enough of them are still burning to mold themselves back. Because there is no fixing your depression. There is no editing your depression to make you feel semi-okay. You just gotta learn how to live and not let it control your life. Find the things that are beautiful in life that make you happy, whether it be nature, video games, YouTube. Find the things that make you happy, spending time with your family, spending time with your friends. Don't close yourself off. I closed myself off and I lost so much of my family and I lost so many friends. And I feel bad for the ones that stuck around and the ones that I lost because of it, because I tore them down to the point where they could not take it anymore. Trying to build myself up, I tore everyone around me down. And I know some of them watch my videos today. I am sorry for everything I did to you. But I am grateful that you guys are still here. The ones that stayed were the ones that were true. And I love you guys. I really do.